Today I'm going to teach you how to make kheer in the fastest possible format. Here I have got rice pudding. Now this is available in tins overseas and it has already been made to the point of where the milk has been reduced, the rice has been cooked, and it is also slightly sweetened. However, what it does not have is enough sugar. It does not have any other flavor besides, and it is a little thick. So here I'm going to take some whole milk. I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of milk and I'm going to add it to this bowl separately. And I'm doing this because I'm going to make a rectification in a way of all that is missing out of our rice pudding. Into this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of regular granulated sugar. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons for the 400 grams of rice pudding that came out of my tin. If you like your kheer a little sweeter, of course it is up to you to increase the sugar in that. Into this, I'm also going to add some raisins because I want the raisins to swell up when I heat this mixture a little bit. You can add as many raisins or as little raisins as you like. And at the same time, I'm also going to add to this some flavor. And the most essential flavor in our kheer is always cardamom. So this is green elaichi powder. And I'm going to put in just a little over half a teaspoon. And that's more than enough to flavor our 400 grams of kheer, which it will eventually turn into. Now all that I need to do is make sure that I cook these in the microwave for a little bit for all those lovely flavors to get incorporated into the milk and for our raisins to get plumped up. So at this stage, you could also add in some saffron if you have it, but most students don't, so I haven't done that. I'm taking a few almonds over here, which I'm going to chop up to add into our kheer. After all, what is kheer without a lot of nice dry fruit? So as you can see, I'm chopping these almonds with the blade of the knife, which is closest to the handle. So when you do that, it gives a certain stability and it ensures that your almonds don't fly all over the counter or all over the kitchen when you're chopping them. Just a little chefy tip for you there. This recipe is so mind-bogglingly simple that when I first developed it, I couldn't believe how well it worked. You see, all the hard work has already been done for us. You know, hours of standing over the stove to reduce the milk, to cook the rice, that's already happened. So all that we're really doing is flavoring it. Now, I had put this in for a whole minute and the milk has become quite hot. So I'm going to use some oven mitts to pull out this bowl. And as you can see, the sultanas have, or the raisins have plumped up some, quite a bit actually. And the cardamom is nicely incorporated with the milk. So all that we need to do now is add in our almonds into this mix. And then to this, add in our rice pudding, which has come out of the tin. So I'm going to put all 400 grams of it into this milk. And you will see this was really thick when I put it in. So the addition of milk, even if it is only just 2 tablespoons, will also give us the correct consistency that we want for our kheer. I'm going to mix this in really, really thoroughly because I want all that cardamom flavor to be equally distributed into the rice pudding that we have added in. Let's put this back into the microwave and cook this further now for a minute and a half because we want all of that to nicely bubble together and suck in the flavor of the milk that we have added into it. Right. At this point, I must also tell you that I'm using a 850-watt microwave oven over here, which is what is usually there in most of the halls of residences or in the flats that you're going to go and stay in. If you find, however, that you have a microwave oven of a higher wattage or of a lower wattage, all that you need to do is increase or decrease the time of cooking inversely. If you find that confusing, you can go Google an online calculator for microwave cooking times, and you will very easily be able to calculate it. Additionally, I'm also going to put in easy converter in your PDF files, and you can have a look there as well. Another thing that you're going to notice is that there will be pictures of various ingredients popping up on your screen throughout the video. Now, by no means am I promoting any brand or any supermarket either. All that I'm showing you are examples of ingredients which are available in most supermarkets around the globe, very easily available. So 1.5 minutes are up, and I'm going to show you, gosh, this has got really hot now. I'm going to show you how our kheer is looking. So at this stage, you may find that the kheer is a little thin looking. But you have to understand that as this cools, this is going to thicken up. And most people prefer their kheer cold and chilled. If you like yours hot, then you can cook this for another 30 seconds and it will thicken up in the microwave itself. Look at that. Kheer in 2 minutes.